Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review for the Braxton Family Values Season 7, Episode 4, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm exhausted. I'm doing this so I don't fall asleep while I'm on the clock. Let's get into it.
Talk to the other girls. I haven't talked to.
So, Tracy and Tracy and Tawanda are talking, COVID didn't shut everybody down. So they chatting and stuff, and they said they having to tiptoe around their mama, being newlyweds and stuff in the house and doing it and whatever. And Tawanda is like, this guy that she's dating left everything in California to come be with her and her kids in quarantine. Something about that that's not sizzling right in my spirit, man. It's just something. There's something just ain't right. To come live off of her. You know what? And she talk about she's like the pregnancy glow is best glow a woman can have. I'm new to this situation with Tawanda and her man, but something about him. He likes to insert himself in situations that don't get nothing to do with him, and now he done packed up his whole life. Something is not right. Now, I can't put my finger on it yet, but my discernment is, my spirit is stirred up. Something's not right. Before we get to Tawanda and her big bag of bullshit with this nigga she fucking. So we see Tony, and the tour's on hold. She's trying to pick out merch. She says she has a lot of anxiety. She suffers from lupus, which is an autoimmune deficiency. It's an autoimmune disease, and her body literally attacks itself. So her immune system is always compromised. So she's extra cautious to the point where, like, her assistant is in her house with his mask on. Girl, if you feel that way, why don't you have a mask on as well? You don't care about you giving anything to anybody because you can have it and be asymptomatic. But, okay. Pause. So I feel like this is a bunch of filler, like a bunch of different cuts that would have been put into different episodes that had bigger storylines. Like, these are little pieces that they pieced them all together to make an episode because they couldn't film because of COVID, and they haven't gone into the everybody be sequestered in one house shit. So they put in little bits and pieces. First of all, I want to know why Tony is sitting so far away from her computer. Like, the COVID is going to come through the computer when she's FaceTiming her family. That's the one thing. Part 2 is poor Michael. Yeah, she said, you're in the basement. You look like you're in the serial killer's house. What's happening? And Tracy's at home with the grandbaby. He been up since 2:00 in the morning. He's like, it's party time, sis. And she was like, I can't. It's too much. I understand because it's giving me very much Scooter vibes. But that's all we got. This
Okay. My husband, and that's,
This is a big step. She's going to go check to Maryland and check on her dad, make sure he's okay in the COVID situation. And she says to him, can you take care of the kids while I'm gone? Well, you living in her house eating her food. That's the very least that you can do, sir. He doesn't seem to have an issue with it. He's like, okay. So, and he started naming off the kids' activities. So clearly he's functioning in that capacity as a co-parent, as a step parent anyway. So hopefully it shouldn't be an issue.
16th time, maybe.
He trying to secure the bag. Okay, so now they talking about having a baby. How old is Tawanda? Can somebody help me understand? How old is she? They talk about having babies. How old are you, darling? Because I thought she was my age. I don't know. Maybe I have different priorities because I became a mother at 18. And if some nigga asked me to have a baby now at 44, I would die of hysterical laughter. Let me not impose my... Sure, have the baby. Okay, pause. So, Miss Evelyn done moved out. She went back to her house. And so, Vaughn is kind of feeling away because her cooking is better than Trina. Trina's trying to make up for it. And then her son has moved back into the house. And he's like, don't you want to move out? Of course I would like to move out, nigga. I don't want to be stuck with you two old motherfuckers. But I can't afford to live on my own right now. So there's that. I hate when parents do this. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And then he's like, you're weird. He told the boy he was weird. He was like, well, if you think I'm weird and if you think there's an issue with it, then just look at your wife, because I am she and she is me. He's like, you know what? You're not wrong. And Trina was over there like, what the fuck? What the? Oh, okay. All right. And then,
I'm not gonna let no one disrespect me.
So Trina and her new husband, Trina and Vaughn, and they're having dinner with Tamika from from Escape, and her husband, and she asked her why she has a, talk about Tamika just put out an EP and all this stuff. And she was like, oh, and so what are you doing with your singing? And she was like, it's got a lot of stuff going on. And the husband's going to bathroom break, and Tamika really like, no, for real, what are you doing? Why aren't you singing? And I was really like, because she can't. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh, bless God. Yeah. Nobody wants it. Nobody's asking for that. Okay. So they're talking about their relationship and where it's going, and they really didn't want to live together before they got engaged or married, but COVID and whatever. And then she was like, I really like waking up with you every morning. He was like, me too. He's like, do you want to do it forever? And she's like, are you asking me to marry you? And he was like, get that man's name off of your body. Bird? Left field. What? Huh? Who? So he's upset that her ex-husband's name is tattooed on her wrist. He wants it removed. And she's like, I understand that, because if it was me and he had her name, then I would ask him to remove it as well. So there's no conclusion, there's no engagement just yet. It's gonna happen. Yeah, that was the end of the freaking episode. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so let's get into So I'm gonna preface my final thoughts by saying I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I really want to go to sleep, but I can't. But I have another 5.5 hours on the clock before I can do that. But this episode was long. It was boring. They wouldn't talk about nothing. It was a bunch of thrown together clips from other inserts that they needed to use to fill up to make a whole episode for this quarantine bullshit. The real shit starts next week when they get quarantined together and they come see Tony. And we'll get into that when it comes, because I feel like it's going to be a doozy. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. Look, even my lashes are tired. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a kin. And shut up, fuck these lashes. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.